Hi, Sagittarius. As you can see, I'm back. I'm happy to be back. I had a good time in Las Vegas, but I'm just glad to be back home. It's nothing like being in your own place with your own shit. So, hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to Lee's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look at your love life, new love, your soulmate, and you, and see what's going on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Give me one moment. Sorry about that. Okay, I have to get my watch. I don't know. It just feels weird for me not to read without my watch on for some reason. Okay. All right, here we go. I hope everybody's having a good week. Everything is good. So let's get into this and see what is going on with you and this new person. Okay. Okay. Well, for some of you, it's your current person. Okay. All right. So overall energy for this week's reading is the Judgment card. This is Scorpio energy. It is talking about second chances when it comes to love. Okay. This is like your person. You sent out the call. I feel like your soul has sent out the call to your person, this new person, this soulmate. And this, this soulmate we're talking about is the person who answered the call. Underneath this is the Temperance card. This is Sagittarius energy, your energy. It is talking about balance, the need for balance, moderation, same thing. And just, the fact that a soulmate is coming in and, this connection is going to be healing for the both of you. Okay. Underneath this is the Emperor energy. This is Aries energy. Your person could be in Aries. You may have Aries placements. With this Emperor card, I feel like it is representing the soulmate. Okay. Underneath this is the Star. Okay. This is Aquarius energy. Some of you may have Aquarius placements. This could be your person that has them. This is about healing. Okay. Because look, it looks very similar in this deck, because Spirit wanted me to use this deck because I asked them about it. And they wanted me to use it. And I feel like it looks similar, right? Because you're pouring here, trying to have balance. And I feel like it's the same thing here. Okay. With the Star card, it's about you healing and moving forward. And I feel like this is Spirit telling you you're about to get your wish. Okay. It's going to come at different times for all of you. You have to realize that. And you're going through a transformation with the Parish card. Okay. So this is Scorpio energy. So you may have Scorpio placements as well. All right. So it looks like it might be fast moving energy for some of you. So we're going to start by clarifying the Judgment card. Hold on. Ooh. Judgment. Ooh. Can you clarify this, please, Spirit? What is the secret? Okay. So this is about balancing the scales. This is like justice. It's Libra energy. Okay. This is about you getting your karmic justice, your person getting their karmic justice, and the people that you dealt with prior to this connection, them getting their karmic justice as well. Okay. The second card that fell with this is a karmic partner. So there was third party. All right. I feel like in both relationships, and that's why this card is falling. And then you see the moon here, right? So in some instances, I feel like in the beginning, for both of you and the new person, you didn't know that there was a third party until further into the connection. Okay. So see, then we've got the Secret card coming out. And when I wanted to clarify, we've got roller coaster lover. So Spirit is saying this is what you both have experienced. You don't know what it's like to be in a relationship where there is stability, where you're not going through all these ups and downs. Like life is supposed to have ups and downs, Sagittarius, but I feel like not to this extent. I feel like both your partners like took you on a fucking adventure, but not a good adventure. Okay. Like a karmic adventure where there was a lot of fucked up shit going on, a lot of abuse, a lot of, like we talk about negative shit, toxicity, a lot of, breadcrumbing and all these types of things. And, don't nobody want to be on no damn roller coaster like this. Roller coasters are supposed to be for the damn amusement park and not for a relationship. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the card that we have for you this week, Sagittarius, we have the Devil. This is Capricorn energy. This could speak of the passion that you have for your person. Okay. It could also speak of obsession or some type of addiction as well. So we're going to clarify to see what this is. Okay. All right. The Devil card, please. Okay. Devil. Look at this. Devil. Devil. Okay. Okay, so we got a lot of different cards that fell here. Who is this spirit? Is this new? Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and get this on out the way. Okay, so we got the Pride card here. Afraid to take action for fear of embarrassment or shame, has difficulty apologizing. We know this is the twin. Okay, so we just going to throw them over here to the side and let that go. So you got a lot of cards that fell. Let me pull another one because this card was supposed to be for your person, but your twin likes to come into or your ex-twin, whatever you want to call it. Him or her they like to jump into the reading. Okay, the Devil. Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay. See, okay, here it is again. We got the love is fading, okay? Because for a lot of you, it's already gone. I feel like, day by day, it fades for some of you. Maybe if you recently left your twin or broke up with your twin or, walked away, or you're doing the healing, and each day the love is fading, okay? And then we've got holding on to past karma, past grudges. I feel like this is talking about your person feeling, a grudge towards you because the love is fading and they can feel that happening. Because remember, I tell you, your person, both people, the soulmate and the twin, are empaths. So they can feel energetic changes just like you can. Okay. All right. Let me give you an example. When I see, I don't know, this is just something that happens to me. I can be watching somebody like read, or it doesn't even have to be a reading. It can just be that I could be watching something where I'm trying to give an example, a good example. It could be, okay, let's just take the reading thing. I was watching somebody read the other day, and all of a sudden I just start feeling like shit, like in pain. And I'm like, why the fuck do I feel like that? Because I know, that's how I know when it's not my energy. Because empaths, we pick up on people's stuff, and a lot of times it's when, because I try to keep myself contained, meaning I try to close myself off from a lot of things when I'm not reading. Like if I go out into, like, let me give you an example. When I was in Vegas, I'm walking down the strip, right? And this was a Halloween. It was Halloween, so I was out watching people, and everybody had on their costumes. I didn't have on one, but everybody had on their costumes, and it was so cool to just be in Vegas and watch these people walking around. So I remember I can't remember what hotel. I think I was near Planet Hollywood, and I went to cross the street, not to get to the other side, not on the other side of the strip, but cross the street. You know how they have the openings where you can come out of the hotels, the cars can drive out of the hotels, like across the street, like just to stay on that same side of the strip. And there was this huge, like somebody was a group of people were performing, and it was this huge ass crowd of people that were in front of the people that were performing. And it was so many people, Sagittarius, that in order for me to pass what was going on, I would have had to go through all those people. And it was like, the only thing I can think of to give you an example, if you've ever seen if you ever seen New Orleans, like during Mardi Gras, like on Bourbon Street, when all the damn people are on Bourbon Street, and it's like, I remember we used to do this when I was in college. We would go down to Bourbon Street during Mardi Gras, and it would be so many people. It would be so tight on Bourbon Street that we would have to link arms. I would link, one friend would be on one arm and another one would be on the other, and we will have to go through the crowd just like that so that we didn't lose contact with each other, right? Okay, so I'm saying all this to say it was like that. And on that one part, it was just the end of the damn block, and it was just all these people. And I just remember immediately when I saw that, I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to go through all these people. I was like, I was just something like my intuition was like, hell fuck no. So I went around the edge of the curb, like near the street, right? Where there was nobody at. But you had to be careful in Vegas because these people be flying down the street and stuff like that. But it was because I know, okay, let me say this. My powers are getting stronger. My psychic abilities are getting stronger because I read all the time. It's part of me leveling up. It's part of the walking away from the twin, right? So certain things, like I always been real sensitive to like noise and stuff like that. And I remember my grandmother always used to be like, you got bad nerves. That's what she always used to tell me. You got bad nerves. Why do all these things bother you, whatever? And then I remember one day, maybe a few months ago, I looked it up because I remember her saying that to me. And I looked it up. I said, it's gotta be because of my psychic abilities. When I look it up, they say that's one of the things for empaths is that like sound. We're very sensitive to sound, right? And I always been like that. Like littlest thing, I'd be like, can you like people snapping it, like whistling, that's like the worst thing for me. Like especially when you hit them high notes, something about that for me. I'm like, you just gotta stop. I'm on a rant. I'm on a rant. I think I'm just glad to be back in my own environment and to be able to talk to y'all. And y'all some of my favorite people to talk to, and I think that's what's going on. But anyway, so I'm saying all this to say I had to go around the edge of all those people because I knew that if I had gone through the middle of that, I would have been like assaulted and inundated with like people's, energy and all that. I was like, oh no, I can't do that. And so I could just tell I'm getting more and more sensitive to certain things. Okay. So I'm saying all of this to say, what was I going to say? Let me stop messing around. So I'm saying all of this to say, I can like watch people that are doing readings. I remember one time I watched this reading, and this lady was like years ago. This is like when I first started reading cards on YouTube. So this is like maybe, I don't know, probably 2020. So this lady was reading, like she was really good. And sometimes I'll watch people because, like I said, I told you I love everything about reading. I like to watch people read. I like to read, anything to do with cards. I've always been in love with cards. Okay, so I'm digressing again. So I was watching this lady read, and she started talking about a situation where, like a relationship, it was a love reading, and she was saying that it was like a third party thing, and that one of the people in the third party was using witchcraft or like spell work against the other two people. And I remember when she started talking about that, she was like, I can feel it. I can feel it. All of a sudden, I started feeling crazy. And I was like, why do I feel like that? It was like, I don't know. When I first like started to like really open, because I've been reading cards for a long time, but I never was as serious about them as I am like now, like these past like last 5 years or whatever. I always enjoyed them. I always, but when I like really became a professional, that's when I don't know. I guess it's just heightened senses because I use them all the time. I use my psychic abilities all the time. And so I'm telling you this to say that all of y'all are empaths. All of you can feel subtle energetic changes, and you just never know how empathic one person is versus another. And like I said, it could just be like something subtle and the person can pick up on it and you wouldn't even know. Because like I said, sometimes I get psychic hits, sometimes I see shit and I'm like, did I really just see that? I'm not gonna go into depth about what I'm talking about, but I was like, did I just really see that? And but you have to trust what you get, because it'll just come out of nowhere sometimes. So that was my point, was that all of y'all can feel energy. And who's to say who's the most sensitive psychic, or who's the most sensitive when it comes to feeling energy. But I feel like even subtle things, maybe because the two of you were in a relationship together, and because you are twins and were two halves of the same soul, the energetic bond may be a little bit closer, where you can feel things about each other, because that's where all the stuff comes back. The supernatural things come in. The you hearing the songs and the messages you get. You may get visuals, you may dream of your person, stuff like that. Because I had like a really vivid dream, like when I was gone, about my person. And it's crazy, because you just never know when it's going to come in, what it's going to be. And then I've been having like a lot of vivid dreams, and they say that's part of like when you're ascending, that's what happens. So I'm saying all that to say your person can feel it. Okay. All right. Everybody can feel it probably. So you're impatient, Sagittarius, and Spirit is telling you, slow down. Okay. Take your hands off the wheel. I had to tell Scorpio this same thing. You have, when you try to interject into this situation, you're slowing down what it is you want to happen. It's like what it is you want to happen. It's like you're throwing a block into what it is you want to happen. Okay, because you and this person are together in the fifth dimension, in the 5D. Okay, so it's like, I know it's not the same when we're here, because we are taught to think that the 3D is the end all be all, but it's not. It's the 5D. Everything starts in the 5D, but way before it ever shows up in the 3D. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. That's why they tell you to visualize, because that's the first step to manifestation, that it has to be a visual first before it shows up in the 3D. Okay, like when they tell you about inventors and stuff and how they invent things and stuff like that, it always starts off as a thought, a visualized thought. Okay, all right. So we also have the backstabbing card here. I feel like both, Spirit is giving me cards that represent, that have to do with both of you and the soulmate. So with the backstabbing card, I feel like that's what this is, because you see there's two swords here. So I feel like this is Spirit saying you've been backstabbed, and so has your new person, your soulmate. Okay. All right. So the next card is the Queen of Wands. Okay. This is a fire sign, or someone with a lot of fire in their chart: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I feel like, this, is your energy, but it's showing up for your person. This is the energy that they're sitting in. Okay. I feel like they see you as very attractive. You got a lot going on. This person, I feel like you're going to find them attractive as well, which is why the Queen of Wands is showing up for them. Okay. This person has a lot of big dreams when it comes to this connection. Okay. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of growth and expansion. Yeah. Oh, I love this card. It's so sweet. So you're going to be soulmates, deeply in love, two peas in a pod. Okay. Like I said, you'll be finishing each other's sentences. You'll be all, when people say, oh, he's so cute, that type of stuff. You'll be like that. Or the thing when they like get a room and all that kind of crap. That's how the two of you are going to be. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we've got the Hangman. This is Pisces energy. This can talk about things being on pause or on hold. Let me find out what is up with this, why it's like this. But usually with the Hangman, it's like a voluntarily, the person voluntarily hangs themselves upside down to look at things from a different perspective. It's like a kind of a search for enlightenment in their life. And I feel like with this Hangman in this deck, they're right side up and they're strapped in. Okay. So I feel like this is spirit having both of you on hold, both of you on pause, because there's some things that have to be worked out on both sides. Okay. Let me see what's coming up for your person. Okay. We got the cowardice card showing up here. I feel like this has to do, this is talking about the twin. They're just trying to come in again, trying to interject again. Okay, the hangman, please. I'm just going to use a different deck. Okay, so we got butterfly feelings when I'm with you. All right, so I like I said, I feel like what this is spirit has both of you on hold, both of you on pause, because it's in preparation for the two of you to come together. Because remember, I told you, you got to be the right place, right time, right, right everything. And so while, the two of you are waiting, this person is very enamored with you. Okay. They're coming with an offer. Look, there's the offer card. This card's been showing up for everybody. So this must be the season for most of everybody to get together. Look, the offer and communication. Both of these cards flew out. They flew out together. Okay. So spirit is telling you that this person, they're definitely coming in to give you this offer, and they're just waiting for spirit to give them the go ahead. That's why I'm telling you, I feel like they check every day to see when they're going to get the go ahead to come in, and be in here with you, or be here with you. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the outcome, we have the moon and the strength card. The moon is Cancer and Pisces energy. The strength card is Leo energy. Okay. Let me clarify these two cards. Okay, so I got something on my card. How did I get that on there? Okay, so we have the answer is yes showing up. And I feel like that's, spirit saying, pretty soon y'all are going to be together. The two of you may be at a distance and may have to travel to get to one another. Okay. We got the tea and drama card here. I feel like this is just talking about you and this person coming together and like really talking about all of the drama you've experienced in your, in your past relationships with other, and you're going to see, like I said, that you've both been through, roller coaster times when it comes to your love life. Okay. All right. So let me get one more card. Yeah. Yeah. Cause you both been in situations where people made you feel like you weren't enough. Okay. So it's about, the lack of confidence, and it self-sabotage, ego and fear and frustrations. Okay. You're going to talk about all of those things, explore all of those things together. Let's see, did I get all of the cards? Yes. Okay. Let me get one more for each one of you. Yeah. So spirit is telling you, have hope and stop trying to force this. You have to trust. You have to trust your spiritual team and know that they know what they're doing. Okay. Then we've got the regret card. Look, I can't, you know what? I'm gonna have to switch this deck because your twin will not stop coming through into this reading. Every time I pick up that deck, it's like they like, nope, that's my deck. Okay, every time you pick it up, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna give a message. So this is a different deck. So telepathically sending love songs. So this soulmate, I feel like, is trying to woo you, is what I hear. Woo you musically, telepathically. Woo you with music telepathically. Okay. All right. Because they can't do anything else. They can't come in until it's time. And they, this is a person, I told you, that trusts their intuition, just like spirit is telling you to trust your intuition and trust your spiritual team. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get some messages from spirit. Whew, I'm so happy to be home because all my stuff is set up. All my stuff is set up here. I can just sit down at the table and read. I don't have to dig for anything or look for anything, and it's just a lot easier. Okay, so we've got trust. Spirit is telling you it's safe to trust in this situation. Okay, Marriage, this relationship is moving towards a sacred union. We talk about that all the time. Unavailable, this person is unable to give you all you deserve. You know, that's the twin. And then we have warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. So this is spirit telling you, don't dismiss your red flags. Don't dismiss anyone else's red flags. Okay. I feel like your person is working on the things that they need to work on. You just have to focus on the things you need to. Okay. And then even if you have healed yourself, we can always heal more. So what I've been doing is going and finding things that I feel like, you know, maybe quote unquote, or I may see them as weaknesses or things that may possibly get in the way, that could possibly get in the way of certain things. Because let me say it like this. When I come together with my person, I want to be the best person I can be. Okay. I want to, you know, I want to be fully ready. So I feel like for those of you who have done the things that you feel like your intuition or your spiritual team has told you to do, there's always other things you can take a look at as well. Okay. You can, you know, not revisit the same things, but other aspects. If you find yourself, let me say it like this. If you find yourself being triggered, Sagittarius, by certain things, and it doesn't have to be romantically, it can be a family thing. It could be, you know, because a lot of people have that karmic family card come up where they got somebody in their family that they just can't fucking get along with that person for whatever reason. Think about the things that that person triggers in you and heal those things. Okay. Or there are always things that you can go and look at. Okay. We can always be better. All right. And like I said, it's only going to benefit you in the end, and it's only going to make you a stronger member of your connection when the two of you do come together. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from your person. You know, I'm not entertaining the twin. So I'm going to pull these cards for this new person. So we've got, my love for you is the best part of life. I choose you above all others. Hold on. Okay, we have I'm ready. I don't want to fight this anymore. I can't. What's that? Did somebody tell me it's REO Speedwagon? I can't fight this feeling anymore. It's a song. I'm not finna sing it. I'm not finna sing it, but it's, I don't know. I can't fight this feeling anymore. You know, I don't know. I don't no singing. They fantasize about you every day, and they realize that no other person can replace you. Like I said, I feel like once this person saw you, they stopped looking for other people. They realized, like I said, that you're the one. It's just only a matter of time. You just got to be patient, Sagittarius. I know you want to be with your person yesterday. I feel it. I feel your pain. I feel like that too. But you have to realize, like I say this all the time. It's not just you in this connection. It would, I'm sure it would be easier if it was, because you could just, it's just one person has to prepare themselves and that's it. But it's two people, okay, who have gone through similar experiences. And like I told you, everybody heals differently. Healing is not a straight line, okay? There may be other things that you know your person has to deal with, just like there may be other things that you have to, because like for some of you, it's not just the healing. You gotta deal with your money issues. You got to get yourself stable. You know, some of you may be moving. You may need to move off on your own. Like I said, this is about you being, you know, having stability in every area of your life. So that's why I'm telling you, there's always something you know you can work on. Because like me, I've started to look more into my money issues to heal my money issues. Okay, so that my money can grow. You know, my money's getting a whole lot better, but I want it to get even better than that. So there's always something you can do that will, you know, make yourself a better person and will make your situation better. Because like I said, you want to be able to stand in that power and know your worth. So when this person comes in, you can be like, okay, you know, it's gonna be like, what is it, the UN? We gonna have negotiations about what I require in a relationship And then I want you to tell me what you require in a relationship. I was actually thinking about this today. Like I was saying, like for instance, I'm just talking about, some of the things that I was thinking about. Like for instance, I said, I want somebody that's going to be consistent. Consistency is very important to me. Like I said, we can move as slowly as you want to move. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't want somebody who comes into my life. I get used to them, and then all of a sudden they fucking gone for 2-3 days or 2-3 weeks or some shit. Unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable to me. That's why I tell y'all, make your list. Know what your deal breakers are. Know what you're willing to be okay with or negotiate about or compromise with, and what things for you are deal breakers. Because the time to think about this, Sagittarius, is now. It's not when you and the person are sitting down and having that conversation, because you need to have thought of this beforehand. A lot of us don't do this. We're not taught these things, right? Because it's like when you negotiate anything. Say you coming in, say you coming to buy a car, right? You go to the car salesman, right? And you need to have thought beforehand. You need to have looked at cars to know what type of car you want, what packages you want the car to have, like what amenities you want the car to think, what things that you want it to do, if you want cruise control, or you want, the heated seats and the, all this stuff. You need to know all of these things. And then you need to know what your budget is and what kind of payments you want to have each month, and you need to know about your insurance. It's a lot of different things you need to know about. So when you come to negotiate with the salesperson, you're already armed with the information that you need, and you're not just, playing it by ear or just, I don't know, whatever strikes you at the time. Because a lot of times when you go into negotiations and you haven't done your homework, you end up being the person that gets the short end of the stick. And who the fuck want to do that in a relationship? You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, when I say that, I'm not saying that your person's going to come in like a car salesman and be trying to sell you a lemon and trying to, do things to you to make sure you get the short end of the stick. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, a lot of us don't know how to represent properly in a relationship, because we just got together with somebody, the shit took off, and nobody had conversations about anything. And then when it got to a point where it's all started to fall apart, we like, what the fuck happened? It's like we went through at warp fucking speed. The shit was over. We don't know what the hell happened. All we know is one day we was like, ooh, I like you. The next day we was fucking kissing. The next day was some other shit. And then the next day the fucking shit blew up. Okay, we arguing, fussing, fighting, and then it's over. So I'm saying all this to say, this is important. You really need to think about now, because you have become a different person. You're in a different timeline. This is a different situation. You are not the same Sagittarius you were before you started fucking with that twin. Okay, how many of a months, weeks, or years for some of you ago it was. And you've done healing, and whenever you heal, you're not the same person you were before. And I always used to tell y'all, those of you who my day ones, who've been watching me since 2020, I always used to tell y'all, you need to make a list. You need to make a list of what is acceptable, what is not acceptable, what you're gonna, what you are willing to compromise on, what for you is like a hell no. You know what I'm saying? So that you can lay your shit out on the table, your person can lay their shit out on the table, and you fucking negotiate and work it out and get it out. Because this is an adult relationship. It's not, friends with benefits, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell it was that the twin was trying to do to you. It's not that. This is an adult relationship. So it's going to require you to move differently. That's why I tell y'all the healing is important. So you can look at this relationship, objectively, and not be like, oh, well, I'm I can't do this because the last relationship I was in, it was, you know what I'm saying? So you're not coming like that. So you can just be like, okay, the reason why I'm asking for this is because of such and such and such and such. And then, like I said, your person has had similar experiences. So they'd be like, okay, I get it. you know, I'm willing to do that too, because like I told you, for me, I gotta have consistency. You have to be there. You can't, like I said, if you gonna talk to me, like I say, let's say it's long distance, right? If you gonna talk to me every day, and then I get used to your ass, and then the next thing I know, you just stop talking to me. I can't do that. I can't do that. Because the type of person I am, if I feel like if you're gonna be with me, be with me. Because if I'm gonna be with you, I'm gonna be with you. So you gotta let people know, because a lot of times we just go into relationships, you know, we don't even know if it's a relationship. We don't even know what each person's intention is. We don't know. It's a lot of things. We go into a connection with somebody blind, and then we wonder why the shit falls apart. We going fast, we going hot. Okay, a lot of times it goes straight to the sex. You don't really even get to know the person. And then think about that. That's a scary fucking thing, to have let somebody into your body or been inside somebody's body, make it fit, man, and to step back and be like, I don't fucking know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got intimate with you, sexually intimate with you, and I don't fucking know who you are. Or the person had a person turn around and just end up being this crazy person, and you like, this was the motherfucker I was trying to have a relationship with. That's what I'm telling you. We trying to avoid all that shit. Now, I'm not saying that's what's about to happen, but it's about having good relationship habits. I feel like it's good relationship habits. It's how you approach things. It's the mindset you're in. Like I told you, your person, when they come in, they're going to be dating with intention. So this is about you doing the same thing. You telling this person, this is what I'm looking for. This is, you know, what I've been through in the past, and because of this, this is what I want now. You know, this is about you setting your boundaries, because remember, we talk about that all the time. Boundaries are important, and your person needs to set their boundaries too, because that hasn't been a problem for the both of you. Okay, so this way you have the conversation. They know what it is that you're wanting from them. You know what it is, you know, they want from you, and you can discuss whether or not, you know, you're able to give these things to each other, and then it's not a fucking guessing game, and you know where you stand and the other person knows where they stand. That's all I'm saying. Okay, all right, so like I said, make your list, do what you need to do, and understand that this is important. This is important because it's about you being okay. This is about you not sitting back and asking yourself, or talking to your friends and being like, he or she sent me this text that said this. What do you think this means? You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. Because I spent so many years of my life doing shit like that, and I won't do that no more. Because that person I am, and I'm sure you've seen that on this channel, you will always know where you stand with me. Okay? I'm not somebody that likes to leave people in the dark. I don't like to do shit like that. I'm fucking up front. Even if it's some shit you don't like, or even if it comes to a point of contention, or we have to have some type of confrontation, I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Because I'm not, like I said, I spent many motherfucking years trying to shove my motherfucking feelings down, because I was scared somebody was gonna motherfucking run away. But not no more. Not no more. Because I told you, that's why it's important for you to be okay, Sagittarius, with people leaving. Because I'm not telling you this person's going to leave. I'm not telling you this. What I'm telling you is that you're going to set boundaries with people in your life. And it could be family. It could be fucking friends. It could be anybody. And they not going to like you trying to set fucking boundaries, because some people in this life just want to do what the fuck they want to do. And they don't want nobody to fucking say anything to them. They don't want to have no consequences for their actions. And so that's why I'm telling you this, because every relationship you're in needs to be what do they call it? Oh God, what do they call it? Exercise in building up your boundaries. You need to start to set boundaries in all your fucking relationships, okay? Because if you have a relationship with someone and you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, it's because you're not setting boundaries. That's how you know. If you're in a relationship with somebody and at the end of the day you feel like when you interact with them, you were sucked dry, they leeching off your energy. It's not equal give and take. Because like, for instance, I have a cousin that I talk to on a regular basis, fairly regular basis, right? Whenever I talk to her at the end of the conversation, I feel uplifted. I feel like, because we both talked on the phone together, you know, she gave to me, I gave to her, you know, we both empaths. And so it was a beautiful thing. Okay. But then there have been people in my past that I've had the same interactions with. And by the time I got off the phone with them, I ended up being sucked dry. And it was because they were taking. You know those people that call you, they only call you when they want something. And then when they start to talk to you, it's like a whole laundry list of all this shit that's going on in their life, and they don't give a fuck about what's going on with you, or they don't even ask you. Okay. Or if they do, they find a way to turn it around and make it about them. So I'm saying this to say, you have to start to do these things, implement these things in every area of your life. It's not just romantically. I feel like, because this is love tarot, we read about love. That's why it's at the forefront. But there's other stuff that you need to be taking. You need to set boundaries with your money too. You need to set boundaries with your money and figure out, you know, what type of relationship you're going to have with money. You need to set boundaries with your kids if you got kids, and figure out what type of relationship you're going to have with them, and you know, how far you're going to let them go. You got to do that with family. You have to do that with everything, okay? With your career, I tell you that all the time. This is about balance, right? How much time you're going to put into it, when you're going to stop, when you're going to have a good time and go out and play. Those types of things, okay? I'm talking your ear off. I guess I'm just so happy to be home. But anyway, so let me get you a few more messages, and then I'm gonna let you go. Okay, I'm gonna get a message from Spirit, and then we're gonna leave. So we've got, I can't get enough of you. Then we've got, I feel you even though we're apart. Okay, and then let me get a romance angel oracle card from Spirit and see what they want to tell you. Spirit is telling you again. Remember, we had the trust card come up. Look, it's on the bottom of the deck. Showing up again. Spirit is telling you to trust. Stop trying to take control of the situation. They're saying you deserve love. You are lovable. Okay? All right, Sagittarius. I mean to talk your ear off like this, but you know, y'all know y'all love to talk to me. Y'all love to listen to me, and I love to talk to y'all. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that I got to spend this time with you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to take a look further into your relationship with your soulmate, see what's going on for this week, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Hope everyone is having a good week. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go, Sagittarius. Overall energy for this week's reading is the Justice card, okay? This is Libra energy. It is talking about karmic justice, about you getting what you deserve when it comes to love and your person as well, because you've both been through it, okay? Underneath this is the Two of Swords. This can speak of, you know, needing to look at red flags, pull your head out of the sand. There may be some things that you have been refusing to look at, or this could apply to your person as well. Whatever this is, Spirit is telling you, you know, you need to take a look at it. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Underneath this is the Star. This is Aquarius energy. This is talking about healing. It's also speaking of you, you know, making a wish, your person making a wish, and Spirit is, you know, coming in like the fairy godmother or the fairy godfather, whatever you want to call them. And they're coming in to give you what it is that you want, but it does require healing. That is the price of admission for this person, okay? Underneath this is the Four of Cups. This can talk about feeling like you had a missed opportunity in the past, or missed opportunities with an S in the past because of relationships that didn't work out. But when you get into this relationship with this new person, you're going to find out why you're going to realize why none of those relationships, worked out, and you're going to be happy that they didn't. Okay. All right. So let's start by clarifying the Justice card. One second. Justice, please. Okay. During this time, if you're not already doing this, I feel like a lot of you are, but if you're not, Spirit is telling you this is the time to be thinking about certain things that you need to let go of and doing that. Okay. All right. Not underneath this. What am I talking about? Okay. So let me clarify for your person. Give me 1 second. I'm getting ahead of myself, moving a little too fast. Hold on. Justice. Okay. When it comes to your person, this is going to be a businessman or woman. They're going to be, a provider. They're going to provide stability in this connection. I feel like you're coming with your stability as well, but this is about you both matching each other, being a perfect match for each other. Okay. There's going to be a lot of planning. Okay. A lot of romantic dates between the two of you. Like I said, but this person is dating you with intention. This is not a thing where they're just dating to see where it goes, so on and so forth. This person is already in love with you. You have already hit the jackpot. It is just a matter of you and this person getting to know each other and letting things take its course. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the energy that we have for you this week, Hermit. Okay. This is Virgo energy. You could be the older person in this connection because for some of you, there will be an age gap and it will be a large age gap. Okay. So with this Hermit card, this is talking about, like healing, like you going in. I feel like, you are shining a light, this lamp on a lot of things that have been in the darkness, a lot of feelings and emotions and situations, experiences that you've suppressed. And I feel like now you are taking a good look at them. That's why this, hold on, trying to get it. That's why this contemplation card is coming up, because it's a spirit just saying that, you are delving deeply into the things that you need to take a look at. Okay. So let's clarify. Hermit, please. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Give me some more, please. Thank you. Okay. So, right? They just got to step in. So I'm just showing you the card, okay? That your twin flame says hi. Let's move on. Okay. So this is about you doing a lot of shadow work, okay? I feel like you're working on yourself. You're trying to be the best Sagittarius can be. I love it. I love this for you because this is what's gonna get you, continuing to move forward in this new direction, because you are headed towards exactly what it is you want, Sagittarius, which is commitment. Okay. All right. Let's clarify for your person. Ooh, that down twin. I'm like, let it go, buddy. Let it go. Okay. So your person is coming from a situation where they were not committed to, they were abandoned. Okay. They were in situations, relationships where they committed, but they got kicked in, they got kicked off in the ass just like you did. Okay. I gotta say it. This is the way Spirit is giving it to me. I don't mean no disrespect, but I gotta tell you the way they telling me. So because of this person has insecurities but they're working on these insecurities. Okay. Because they know they got to be right for you. They want to be at whatever level the two of you need to be at in order to come together. They're not like your person here, this little visitor we had here, who just wants to do whatever they want to do. Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second, because I got to turn on this air. Whew, I can't do it. Hold on. Okay. I am back. Okay. Whew. This weather, it's like from one extreme to the next. Okay. Let me get one more card for the Hermit, please. Okay, yeah. So this is about you and this new person coming together, making new memories. And these picture cards, this is about what you're doing. You're both looking back at the past, looking back at the things, the memories that you've gone through already, and healing those things that need to be healed. Okay. And it's also about you healing your heart. Okay. Healing heartbreak, toxicity, or addiction, or, coming out of abusive relationships, because both of you were in abusive relationships. Okay. All right, so when it comes to your person for this week, they're showing up as a 7 of Cups. This is about having options, choices, and being confused. But I feel like this is Spirit just letting you know that this is a high quality person. That's what's going through my mind. I've told you this before, but I feel like for some of you, there might be some new people joining. They may need to hear this, okay? If you were dealing with a twin flame, okay, one of these, okay, you're supposed to let that person go because you got a new person coming in that has a lot of options, okay? This is a high quality person, and this is who you're supposed to be going towards. Like I said, it's your choice at the end of the day what you do. This is for the new people. So those of you who already know this story, just hold on for a second. So this person is a boss. They handle their business. They take care of themselves. They heal themselves. They may like to drink because we got this. Every time I see this card, I'm drawn to this looks like beer to me. So it could be champagne, could be anything, but that's what it looks like to me. But this person may like to drink, take the edge off. That's what I hear. So they are, a high quality person, but nobody is without their vices. Remember that, because you got your vices too, Sagittarius. So remember that. Remember, you got to give people the grace that you want to have as well, because I told you there's nobody in this world that don't have their thing. It may not be drinking. It could be drugs. It could be shopping. It could be, like to spend a lot of money. It could be a lot of different, it could be several different things. So you got to think about that. Okay. I'm not saying that y'all are saying, oh, I don't want to, this and that or whatever. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but this is what Spirit is giving me to give you. Okay. So let's clarify. 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups. Okay. You're at a crossroads, Sagittarius. Let's talk. You're at a crossroads, right? And you may have some fear, and that's understandable, because like I say, you were dragged. Just like this person has a little fear too, okay? Because the same thing happened to them. And so there's trepidation. That's what I hear. Trepidation is coming through. That's the word that's coming through my mind. So there's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, the more you heal, the more you focus on yourself, the more you love yourself, the stronger you're going to be, and the more prepared you're going to be to step into this connection with this person, okay? All right. Let me get some stuff for your person. What is this? 7 of Cups. Okay, let me tell you this too. Okay, normally with the 7 of Cups, there's normally seven different cups, right? And the person is like confused, right? They don't know whatever. But look at this deck. This person already has a cup in their hand. So I feel like that Spirit telling me to tell you that this person's already chosen. They've already chosen you. They don't see anybody else. It could be big ass cups like this in this person's face, and they like, yeah, fuck all that. I see who I want right here. Okay? All right. Okay. Yeah, here they come again, Sagittarius. The player. They saying they'll see you in the next lifetime. I'm sorry. I can't stop laughing. This shit cracks me up. Because it's like, they like, come on. Don't you want to sit? No, nobody wants to hear what you have to say. Come on, let's move on. Okay, let's do it again. If I keep getting the cards, I'm just gonna switch the deck, because I got a second deck over here for the twins that don't want to stop coming through the deck. Okay, I got a different one. 7 of Cups, Spirit. Okay, here you go. Here we go. Here's your person. Okay, so this person has been through toxic love. Okay, they've been stung by that toxic love, but they not giving up. They still, the love offer is coming in for you, Sagittarius. Okay, and I'm happy and I'm proud to hear that, because that's telling me that you've been picking up what Spirit been putting down. You are doing the work, and it's starting to show. It's starting to show in the cards. Okay, all right. Okay, so, okay, the twin is still upset. Don't nobody care. Okay, anyway, so we got the dragonfly that's here. So there may be some things that may end up coming to light. It could have to do with the twin. It could have to do with pretty much anything. But, this is just about you going through changes. Okay, you may see dragonflies around the time that your person is about to come in. It may be significant. Okay. Then we've got the passion card. When you and this person come together, let's just reiterate, because I just like to talk about it. We need to start to focus more on what we want, right? So insane chemistry. Like I said, you and this person are going to tear each other's clothes off, okay? It's gonna be a thing. So the go slow thing, Spirit wants you to go slow. But I just gotta be honest. I don't know how slow you gonna be able to go with this person when the both of you are like, y'all I don't know what's the word, y'all fiending. Okay. Jodeci, I hear Jodeci in my head. You got me fiending. That's what I hear. Y'all fiending for each other. So I don't know how slow it's gonna go. But there's gonna be a lot of sparks between you and this person. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Like I've told you before in the past, your inner child is gonna want to play with their inner child. That's how loving and how trusting and how open you'll want to be with this person. Okay. It may not happen, at first you're gonna have a little nerves. That's normal. Hell, you have nerves with other people that you just meeting for the first time. So this person, you already know what's happening. So why wouldn't you have nerves, right? So like it says, burning desire, equal interest. So no, whatever the hell you feeling, this person is feeling the same thing. It's not a thing where you need to hide yourself or hold yourself back. So if you get into something with this person, you want to call them. If you want to text them. If you want to have a conversation with them, or you want to hang out with them, whatever it is you want to do, step out on faith and do it. Because like I said, this is your reward, your present for walking away from what you should have walked away from. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the energy between the both of you, we have the Chariot, which is Cancerian energy, in the moon. Cancer and Pisces with the moon. Okay. So one of y'all got Cancer placements, or the both of y'all might have it, because it keeps coming up over and over again. So with this moon card, this is talking about, what I feel like this is Spirit saying that you don't know it, but this person is here. This person is closer than you think they are. That's why we see in these cards, like the love offer coming in, that dragonfly card, all these little things that keep popping up in the readings. Okay. So I feel like, this person is way closer than you think they are, but don't stop living your life. Just keep living your life, have a good time, and just know in the back of your mind that, sooner or later, this person is showing up, because they coming regardless. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. So yeah, because see, in the fifth dimension, you and this person are already together. Look, offer is coming up again. It's coming up again. So I feel like the reason why it's popping up twice, this is Spirit saying this person is going to come towards you with a love offer, and you need to open yourself up. Don't hold yourself back, Sagittarius. Okay. Because we know when you get hurt, you just want to shut down. You don't want to mess around with nobody or whatever. But this is the one that you can gamble on. This is the one that you can go all in with. Okay, but I'm not saying to throw it all in at the beginning. Once you start to feel comfortable with this person, like I said, whatever way you feeling, you do it. Because remember, I told you I had to catch myself, because I was like, okay, when this person come, I can't. What was I saying? I was saying something about I had to just watch and see what they do, and I can't just tell them how I feel. And Spirit is like, no. Okay, this person is gonna show you interest. And I'm not saying for you to open yourself up, like I say, Superman, and let them all. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, don't make this person pay for what the past people did to you. Just like they're not going to try to make you pay for what happened to them in the past. Okay. You have to open yourself up. Like I said, even if it's at a snail's pace, open yourself up. Okay. That's the point of the healing, because the healing is what's gonna give you that confidence, and that make you want to open up, make you want to show this person, let them in, so on and so forth. Because so that's what I've been telling everybody, and I'm telling y'all the same thing. This is how you'll know if you're ready for this person to come in or not. If you think about them and you are anxious and you feel overwhelmed and you like, oh my God, I can't do this and all this kind of stuff, you ain't ready, baby. It's some stuff you need to go back and look at. But if I'm not, and like I said, I'm not saying you ain't gonna have no nerves at all. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's the level. Okay. So if you feeling anxious, because there's a difference between feeling nervous and feeling anxious. Those are two different feelings. Or if you feeling overwhelmed, if you feeling like the big anxiety markers, then you're not ready. You need to, there's some other stuff you need to look at. But if you just got a normal little case of nerves, like, you know, when you go out on a date with somebody for the first time, but you're happy and you're excited and you can't wait to meet this person or whatever, then that's how you know you're ready. Okay. Okay, so we got the pride and the ego card showing up here. You know who that is. Look, the peacock, right? Who is peacocking? Who likes to pretend that there's something they're not? Okay, that you know the answer. Okay, so let's clarify. Yeah, so we got the coffee cup here. You and this person are going to build a friendship. You know, you're going to feel elevated, savor the moment. Okay, meeting and talking to each other. There's going to be a lot of discussion. Okay, I guess in between the other episodes that I'm not going to talk about. Oh, boy. That's what I'm talking about. I see these cards. Yep. So, look, two soulmates. I love this card. It's my favorite card in this deck. It says two soulmates deeply in love, two peas in a pod. So, you're going to be like two peas in a pod. Like I told you, when people talk about get a room and all that kind of stuff, they're going to be talking about y'all. Then we have holiday love. Okay, making peace. You and this person could come together and be together in a committed relationship by Christmas. And this could also speak of this other person who keep knocking at the door here, trying to come in and make peace with you around this time as well. Because I told you, once you commit to this person or you start to go in that direction, that's when your other one gonna try to come in and wanna, you know, try to fuck shit up. Okay. All right. So when it comes to the next card, we're going to talk about what is in your power to change about this connection. So we got the 7 of Wands. Spirit is saying it is within your power. You have free will to choose who you allow into your energy and who you do not. Because this is about you, being defensive, right? And so normally in this card, there is someone that has a wand and they're holding it in front of them and they're fighting people in front of them, trying to push people back, keep people back. But in this one, look, the arms are open wide, okay? And the person is like, I'm trying to see what this is. Yeah, they're looking off, in the distance. And I feel like that's what a lot of you are doing. You've healed yourself to the point to where you're ready to open up. You're ready to receive. So I feel like that's what this is. This is the receptive energy, okay? All right, let's clarify. 7 of Wands. Okay, so we have the understanding card and we've got summertime. So for some of you, your person may show up in this coming summer, or you could be in a I'm taking this to mean that you can be in a committed relationship by next summer. Okay, all right. 7 of Wands. Okay. Okay. Confusion, emotions unclear. You know who that is. We're just going to put it here. So we've got the family life card showing up for your person. So like I told you, you and this person are going to come together and build a family. For some of you, it will be children. For others of you, you may, give birth to a business or some type of something between the two of you. Like I said, you and this person will end up being a power couple. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what is not in your power to change, right? We've got the Empress card, Taurus, Libra energy. This is talking about, standing in your power and knowing your worth. But this is Spirit saying you cannot change that this divine masculine is coming towards you. And I'm not talking about that old crusty dusty. I'm not talking about them. This soulmate is coming and you cannot change it. You have no control over when or how this person shows up. The only thing you can control is whether or not you want to let them in, whether or not you want to have a relationship with them. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay. Okay, your twin is unawakened and they need forgiveness. Okay, let's move on. Hold on. Okay, we've got the deception card and reinvention. So Spirit is telling you, this is the time during this separation where you need to be 100% honest with yourself about yourself, okay? And about how you move in relationships, the things that you've done, so on and so forth. It's not just about the other person. Remember, I told you it's all about how you identify, right? Because I told you a lot of the things that have happened to us are occurring because of negative beliefs, limiting beliefs that we have in our subconscious mind. So you got to dig that stuff out and root it out, especially if it has to do with relationships. So that's why I feel like the deception card is here, because Spirit is saying you've been through a lot of deception, but you've also been deceptive to yourself, because this is about you standing and looking in that damn mirror. And I know it's not easy, okay? But I feel like, you know, when you do it, the only thing that's it's only gonna benefit you to do it, okay? Because I do it too. I don't want to go back and say, oh, I shouldn't have did this or I shouldn't have did that. But we're human. We're human. Everybody makes mistakes. This is a learning, you know, this is a learning moment in our lives, okay? Everything that happens can be a learning moment if we turn it into that. Everything that in our lives that happens can be positive if we choose to look at it from that direction, from that, you know, from that place, from that perspective, instead of just saying, oh God, because like I said, even though, you know, we all over this twin, the twin gave you a tremendous gift. Think about that. Always remember that, okay? Yeah, they showed their asses. Yes, it hurt like a motherfucker, but look at what you got coming in because you dealt with this fucker. Think about that. Think about that. You're getting a gift. You're getting money. You're getting, you know, your career taking off. You're getting a lot of things, a lot of desires and wishes that you've had all your life starting to come to fruition now because of the shit you went through and because you were able to weather the storm. Okay? All right, let's clarify. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, Lord. They just coming and coming and coming and coming. Okay. Okay, so this person's, okay, twin flame, emotionally withdrawn, ice block, we know. Okay. Yeah, red lipstick, finding everything. Okay. Okay, the stars are aligning for you and this new person, this soulmate, to come together, okay? That's like, this is like the star card showing up again, okay? All right. The Empress. Yeah, you and this person, you and this soulmate, you mirror each other, okay? It's a lot of this. Again, this is about self-reflection, introspection, and healing the inner wounds, all right? So when it comes to the last card, it's talking about what action is in your highest interest. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So Spirit is telling you, plant your seeds so that they can come to fruition. So this is Spirit saying, whatever it is, whatever type of relationship you want to have with this person, be talking about it, be discussing it. I told another sign this week, okay? Because I sit up and talk about the way I want my relationship to be with my person. You can journal it if you want to. Turn on your camera, on your pad, or on your phone and talk to yourself, whatever way you want to do it, okay? Because like I told y'all with the twin flame reading, not this past week, but I think the one before that, the one when I was in the car, that one, that in that reading, I told you, this is what your person does. They sit back and they visualize how, you know, how the two of you are going to be together, what your life is going to be like. And so Spirit is recommending that you do the same thing. All right. So with the Seven of Pentacles, this is about you having patience and knowing, trusting Spirit, trusting yourself, trusting the way this is playing out. Okay. Because your spiritual team has your back, even though sometimes it feels like it's tough love. Because trust me, you see how I drag y'all sometimes, right? My spiritual team drag me like this, so don't feel bad. Because I don't think I'm above the dragging, because I get drugged too. Okay, but so I'm saying all of this to say, you know, you right, like I said, on the precipice of stepping into this beautiful relationship with this person. Okay, I saw this love offer card come up twice here, and then that other one with the cup. Hold on, where is it at? And then right here. So like I said, the fact that this is showing up twice like this, and then all these beautiful cards like this are showing up, this is just Spirit telling you that you are on the edge of getting what it is you want. It's closer than what you think it is, okay? All right, let's clarify. Okay, so this is going to be the end of, you know, being in roller coaster love relationships, okay? No more ups and downs, okay? This person that's coming in, they have a busy lifestyle, but they're always going to make time for you. And you need to make sure that you let them know, because I've been telling everybody, so hold on. you got to make sure you let this person know what it is you want in a relationship, okay? As far as, like, for instance, I'm gonna give you an example of mine. One of mine is, if you're gonna be here, be here. Don't talk to me every day for a week and then disappear for fucking 10 days. Unacceptable, okay? I'm not gonna tell him like that. What I was gonna tell him, if you're gonna be here, be here. Like I said, even if you talk to me, I want to talk to you every day. Even if it's only for 5 minutes, we need to touch base every day. That's the type of person I am. Because I'm like, if you're gonna be in a relationship with me, you need to be in a relationship with me. Especially if it's long distance. If you long distance from your person, I don't see where there's a problem where they can't talk to you. Because like I said, a man or a woman that really wants to be with you, they gonna fucking find the time, okay? And this person, like I said, they love you. So I don't feel like that's something crazy to ask somebody for consistency, okay? You want consistency in the relationship, okay? You got to think about, like I said, make a list of what it is that you got to have in this connection, that what's going to make you feel safe. And y'all need to sit down and talk about it. Have your negotiation. That's the word going through my head. Your negotiation about whatever, needs to go down. This way, you don't have these problems with this person doing things and then, it being blown out of proportion and become a big thing because you didn't let them know from the beginning. That's why I tell you, set the boundaries. That's why Spirit keep talking about boundaries. This is a boundary. Telling them what is acceptable to you and what is not acceptable, because you trying to make sure this person is going to be the type of person you're wanting them to be, right? So in order to do that, you got to tell people. You can't expect them to read your mind. I feel like a lot of times that is a problem in relationships, okay? People, and it don't even have to be romantic relationships. I feel like that's a problem with a lot of people. They think that because you are connected to them in some type of way, whether it's emotionally, physically, spiritually, DNA, okay, blood, they think that you're supposed to completely understand everything about them and know what they need and what they don't. And you, because like I said, until you set that boundary, if something go wrong, you got to chill out and come at the person the right way. Okay. And just be like, okay, I didn't tell you this in the beginning, but this is what, I need in a relationship. This is how I need you to come towards me. Because see, this is about you letting this person know how you want to be loved and them letting you know how they want to be loved. Okay. Because you got to know if this person's going to be willing to do what you want and vice versa. And I feel like they are, but you got to let them know. Because like I told you, this person is navigating carefully through this connection because they want to make sure that they don't mess this up. So the fact that they're doing that is telling me that they will be very receptive to you coming to them, letting them know what it is that you want so that the two of you don't get your wires crossed. Okay? Because like I told you, for your person, the loyalty card keeps coming up over and over and over again. This person wants loyalty and devotion. They're going to give it to you, but they want it in return. This is the type of person where they want to be with you. They see you. They don't see nobody else. Remember, I told you they've already made the choice. They already got the cup in their hand. And I don't see that. That's the only deck I have. And I got a lot of tarot card decks where I see somebody actually holding one of the cups in their hand, meaning that they've already made the choice. Okay. So the fact that they've already made the choice, this is serious for them. So they want the loyalty and devotion. You know that going in. You want loyalty and devotion as well. This is somebody who sees you and only you. They don't want to be with anybody else, okay? And they want you to be the same way about them. Because I feel like this person's been cheated on a lot in the past. They may have been used by people for what they have, the things they have, money, status, the fact that they're a boss, all these things. I feel like they were used for the things they had rather than who they are. That's why I've talked about this. I've talked about this before. I think I talked about it last week about the fact that this is someone with whom they want to know that you're with them because it's them and not because of anything that they have. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's move on. Okay. So to clarify the 7 of Pentacles, we have the barrier card and we have cycles. So Spirit is telling you, you need to close out the cycles you need to close out as far as healing in order to, make sure you don't have any barriers to you coming together in this connection with this person. Okay. And like I told you, your person's going to have a very, busy lifestyle, but they will always make time for you. Okay. They're going to prioritize you and this relationship. And then we've got the addiction card showing up. So whoever got codependencies, if you have some type of addiction, if there's some type of, and like I told you, it don't have to be alcohol, don't have to be drugs. It could be anything. You could watch too much TV. That could be an addiction. Okay. You could listen to too much music. That could be an addiction. I told you, you go to the damn gym too much. That could be an addiction. Anything could be an addiction. Okay. So whatever this is, whatever you put more time into than is needed, or what would be considered healthy, that needs to be looked at. Okay. And if you got any codependencies or anything like that, that needs to be dealt with as well. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from Spirit. Let's see what else they want to tell you about this reading. Okay, honesty. It says the situation requires speaking and acting truthfully. Okay, so you gotta be willing to open up and be like, this is Sagittarius. Can you deal with Sagittarius or can you not? Okay, because that's what you want them to do. So you got to do it too. Then we have fantasy. Somebody is living in a fantasy world that does not exist. You know who that is. You know who that is. They even coming out in the damn cards from the messages from Spirit. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay. Our favorite card, divine timing. This connection is divinely guided and supported. I just can't stop laughing. Spirit makes me laugh. Spirit is just funny. Okay, let's get some messages from your person, the new person. We got enough messages from that other person. Okay, message of love. It says, I am thinking about you, my love, even though you think I'm not. I miss you every day and night. I am curious to know what you've been doing. How does your day go by without me? Sometimes I wonder, do you think of me? I am feeling the urge to reach out to you, and I promise I will. Okay? All right. So, like I told you, they coming. They coming. That's the third time we've heard that they're coming. Okay? Okay. See? Look. Well, I say, tear the clothes off. It's an intensity. Our connection is so intense that sometimes it scares me. My feelings for you overwhelm me sometimes. Please reassure me by taking things slowly and patiently. This will help me feel comfortable with the changes that are happening. Okay? But look at the picture. Like, yeah, that's what your mouth say, soulmate. That's what your mouth say. Anyway, let's move on. Okay. Okay. So like I told you, this person needs security. They don't feel, they haven't felt secure in relationships with people. And I feel like it's the same thing for you. Because like I told you, you mirror each other. All right. They feel so drawn to you. They're going to wait for a sign. I feel like this is a sign from Spirit they're going to wait for. Okay. And then that's when they're going to come towards you. They find you so attractive and then they want you so badly. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, so, coming together with you is this person's number one goal. Hold on. Okay, they're saying that they do have fears of being vulnerable with you. They don't want to get hurt, but I feel like I said, they're going to come towards you. I honestly feel like they are. Look, it says, I will call or text you very soon. This person always wants to be with you. They just want to be with you, period. And their love for you is the best part of life. Okay, so you are the most important thing. See, look, you're the one for them. They know, I told you, they already made the decision. They've already made the choice. There is no one else. Okay. All right. Okay, so we've got, I know how strong you are, yet I feel so protective of you. Okay. Then we have, I love our deep conversations. They open up my mind. All right. Sometimes when I'm busy, I pause to think of you, and it's like a breath of fresh air. All right. So, like I said, keep doing what you're doing, Sagittarius. Congratulations to you. Your person is almost here. Okay. Like I said, they're closer than you think they are. Don't give up, okay? But continue to live your life. Don't wait on this person. You know, I tell you that all the time. I used to tell you that about the twin. Don't wait for anybody. Live your life, okay? All right, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to delve deeper into your love life by looking at both you and your soulmate's perspectives on this new relationship, okay? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay, here we go. So overall energy for this week's reading is the moon. This is Cancer and Pisces energy. This can talk about secrets. So we're gonna clarify this to see why it's showing up like this. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles showing up here. This is talking about, you know, a fresh new start in love where there is, you know, stability, security, you know, long-term life partner. Okay. Underneath this is the Two of Pentacles. This is talking about juggling. I feel like, you know, this is both of you tired of juggling things in your love life. And I don't necessarily mean people, just you getting into these relationships and these people starting out one way. You feel like they, you know, they wear the mask, they take the mask off, you know, they become this monster, or they start to mistreat you. And I feel like both of you are at your wits' end when it comes to this, and you're ready for this to stop. Okay. You're looking for your happiness with the sun. All right. And with this, parish card here, can't say the word, don't know why. With this is Scorpio energy. It is talking about the transformation that needs to occur in order for this to happen. So the both of you have a lot of options, okay? But I feel like the choice has been made on both sides. You both are choosing each other, okay? So we're going to start by clarifying the moon, see why it's showing up. Okay, the moon, please. Okay, so we've got, you know, you and this person admire each other greatly. We also have the dark night of the soul here. You'll hear me call it D-knots. When you hear me say D-knots, that's what I'm talking about. This is like a spiritual depression for those of you who don't know, and some of you are going through this because this has showed up in a number of signs this week and even last week in the reading. So for those of you that are going through this, my heart goes out to you. But there is a reward, a huge reward on the other side of this. It happens. It's a natural occurrence in a spiritual awakening. And it happens, and it sucks when you go through it. But on the other side of it, you know, you come out a completely, you know, brand new person. You come out very different, but it's to your advantage. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person, let's see what's coming out. Okay. So your person is going through a renewal. Okay. A transformation, just like you are. And they are releasing the things that no longer serve them as well. Okay, so the first placement we're going to talk about represents how you both represent yourselves in this connection. So the way you're coming to the forefront, Sagittarius, is as the King of Pentacles. So this is an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn. This is about you being steadfast. That's the first word I heard. You know, wanting a long-term relationship, being here, being loyal, having this person's back, all of the beautiful things that we want out of a relationship. That's how I feel like you're going to represent in this connection. Okay, let's clarify. Okay. Hold on. You may be going through grief at this period. During this period of your life, especially if you are going through this dark night of the soul, because you grieve over a lot of things when you go through it. Okay, it's like I said, it's like a regular depression, but it's spiritual. Okay, it's spiritual in nature. So some of you may have actually lost people. This could just be the grief of you going back and looking at all the old connections and the patterns and the things that you've gone through. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I feel like this grief is a necessary part of you healing yourself to prepare for this connection, because your person is coming back with this return card here. Okay. And we're talking about the soulmate because you had a past life with them. That's why we're calling it a return. Okay. All right. So when it comes to your person and how they're showing up, look at this Ace of Cups. Okay. So they're representing as the Ace of Cups, wanting to have a brand new connection with you, rekindled romance. Like I say, I would say it's rekindled because it's rekindled from a past life, okay? Not from this life. All right, so let's clarify. Ooh. Yeah, this person is learning, forgiveness for other people, forgiveness for themselves, okay? And again, Spirit is talking about this connection being a past life connection. All right, the second placement we're going to look at represents how you see each other. So you see this person, we've got the Five of Cups showing up here as someone who has been through a lot when it comes to relationships, okay? They may be on the tail end of healing from this other relationship. I feel like you both are when you meet each other. And I feel like that's why they're showing up as the Five of Cups. But in this card, it's different because they may have been crying over spilled milk here. All right, with this here. And, there may have been lots and lots of pain caused them by their past relationships, because to me, when I see this wine on the ground, it looks like blood to me. Okay. And so what is that in there? That looks like a fish. Yeah. There's like a fish there too. So up here, this person is holding the Two of Cups. So it's telling me that they've gotten over, or they're getting over. They're like I said, on the tail end of whatever this was that happened to them in the past, and they're ready to start again with these two cups they have in their hand. Okay. All right, let's clarify. Okay, so we've got contemplation, okay, and then we have the deception card. So this is about the end to the deception, because deception fell upside down. I just picked it up off the table, and this is how it had fallen. So you're thinking a lot about what has happened in the past, and you're letting go of a lot of the the bad treatment, a lot of the bad experiences you've had, or negative experiences you've had. Okay, so when it comes to your person and how they see you, okay, you're showing up as the Page of Cups, water sign, or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. They see you coming forward with I'm sorry, I gotta cover this up. They see you coming forward with an apology, not an apology, but with a love offer, a small love offer with the Page of Cups, okay? And it's supposed to be small. You're starting off to begin with. I remember years ago, this card came up and I talked about a love offer, and somebody in the comments was like, what is a page? What is it to give somebody a page? But you got to look at it like this, Sagittarius. Even though you've known each other in the past life, you don't know each other, or some of you don't know each other in this life, or the person, you may know of the person, but you don't know who it is yet, right? So why wouldn't it start off as a small offering, especially considering the past that the both of you have had when it comes to your love life? So it's going to start out small. You don't want somebody coming in, because look, you had that twin coming in, right? Trying to give you down kings and queens, and the motherfucker couldn't sustain it and was doing all kinds of stupid shit and acting all crazy like they done lost their damn mind because they've tried to portray themselves as something other than what they are. But like this person, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this person can't come in with the emperor or the king energy or something like that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is this is about being prudent at the same time as having courage. Okay. There's nothing wrong with coming in and stuff, but it has to do with how you come in too. Because you don't want somebody coming in like that. Like I said, you can keep all that fucking show and all that stuff where you sit and you pretend to be something you're not. I just want to see a real, authentic, genuine person come in the right way. And it needs to start off like this because it can grow. It can grow because you're starting from the bottom. So there's no telling where this could go. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. So this person, they got a lot of regrets. Like I said, for some of you, this Page of Cups keeps coming up. And I feel like I said, for some of you, this is not going to apply to everybody. So please don't come to me in the comments. If you don't owe anybody an apology or they don't owe you an apology, that's fine. It just doesn't, it's not for you. That part of the reading, don't take it. Okay. So for this Page of Cups, there is somebody in this collective that's going to see this video where they had some type of false start with their person. And I feel like that's why this is coming up, because this is talking about a love offer that comes along with an apology. And so somebody got to apologize to the other person, or the other person got to apologize to them, or the both of you got to apologize to each other. But this is only going to be for a small amount of people. It's not going to be for everybody. So if it's not your story, don't take it. Okay? Don't take it. Understand, I am not reading for one person. I'm reading the whole collective. So some things are going to resonate and some things will not. But just because they don't resonate, everything doesn't resonate, doesn't mean it's not your reading and that there's not a message in there for you. And, for those where the things do resonate, take those messages and move on with that. Okay. All right. So like I said, this person has regrets about the way things have transpired in the past in their relationships. And then we've got the distance, world travel. So I feel like this person is going to want to travel with you. This can also just talk about the two of you being at a distance in the world. You may live in two different places in the world. Okay. All right. So this third placement we're going to look at represents how you both feel about the relationship. So for you, we've got the Seven of Pentacles. This is talking about you. I feel like you're just reevaluating your love life. This is also talking about you trying to have patience, because it looked like y'all been waiting. Look at the dog. Like y'all just like, come on now. And so this is you planting your seeds, but you got to realize if you planting seeds, you can't keep digging them up looking to see if they sprouted or not, because you're going to kill the seed. It's not gonna do what you wanted to do. So you can't worry about it. You just got to move on with your life. Know that you have done what you need to do. Okay. And if you haven't done what you need to do, you haven't done the healing, you need to do that. And then just move forward and know that when the time is right, this person is going to show up. Okay. Let's clarify. But what you're planting, you're going to reap what you've sown, no matter what it is. Okay. So we've got, Spirit is telling you, they backing me up. Everything's going to happen in divine timing. And then there's the forgiveness card for you too. The both of you are mirroring each other, because your person had the forgiveness card too. So there may be some things you got to forgive other people about, or you may have to forgive yourself about. Okay. Because you got, you have grief and all these types of things showing up. So like I said, it's about you becoming the best Sagittarius you can be. Okay. So when it comes to your person and how they feel about the relationship, the Two of Wands. Okay. This can talk about, again, the two of you being at a distance. It can also speak of them being at a crossroads, but I feel like they've already made their decision. All right. I feel like this is the way the cards should be. They already want to be with you. They're getting guidance from Spirit, because I always tell y'all in the cards, the birds represent Spirit for me. So the fact that this person is communicating with Spirit is telling me that, they are receiving guidance and they're just moving at the pace that they're being, guided to. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Okay, so this person is dealing with issues of inadequacy, and they're being patient. That's what they're doing while they're being patient, waiting for the two of you to come together. Okay. All right. So when it comes to what you both want from the relationship, we got the King of Cups showing up here. Water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Cancer for me. This is talking about balance. You want balance. You want somebody to come in who is in touch with their emotions, who's going to tell you the truth about how they feel and not be playing no damn games. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. See, you want to get out of situations where people, because this fell upside down. You want to get out of situations where people are numbing themselves, where they're bending over backwards to not tell you how they feel. You're ready for that to end. Okay. Then we got the summertime card showing up here. This could be, this new person could be somebody you met this past summer. Okay. Or this could be spirit saying that you and this person will be in a committed relationship by summer. Okay. All right. Next card is talking about your person and, what they want from the relationship. So we got the Page of Pentacles here. Earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This Page of Pentacles card is talking about, they want the same thing you want. We started off with the King of Pentacles, right? They want long-term stability, commitment, okay? And a relationship I feel like that they can grow in because they know that there's going to be growth, just like you do too. You know that as well. So they're reliving the past, and getting themselves together until it's time for the two of you to meet, because that's what the meeting someone new, it's you. All right. Okay. So when it comes to how the both of you see a possible future together, you're showing up as the Justice card with Libra energy and Taurus Libra energy with the Empress. So this is about, you seeing this connection as being balanced, as being fair. You're also seeing this as your karmic justice. And it's also talking about you, standing in your power and knowing your worth. Both of you are going to stand in that power and know your worth. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Wrong card, wrong deck. Yeah. So it's about your self-worth here, and either blending a family or having a family with this person. When it comes to your person and how they see the possible future together, we have the Magician. So, they are manifesting what it is that they're wanting. They want loyalty, devotion, desire, passion, all those things, love, all of those things with you. And I feel like, they're doing their part to bring that to you, to be that for you. Okay. So we got pay attention to the details and read between the lines. So this person's learned a lot from these past relationships, and this is what they will be doing from now on. Not sticking their head in the sand, not, ignoring the red flags. They're going to be paying attention to what's going on. And like this says, reading between the lines of what is happening. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get some messages from Spirit, see what else they want to tell you about the reading. Okay. So we got 3 cards that fell. The 3 of Cups here. Then we have the Sun showing up a second time. No, is it the second time? No, it's another. I'm sorry. It's another sign I read for. Where the sign? Well, it's showing up here. The Sun is here, and then the 6 of Pentacles. So this is about you. You and this person coming together, and reuniting from the past because you had a past life connection. Okay, being happy with each other. The soulmate coming in with the Sun. And then with the 6 of Pentacles, this is talking about, equal love, equal give and take. So you and this person are going to have a very happy relationship if you choose to be together. Okay. All right. So now we're going to get some messages from your person, see what else they want to tell you. Okay. We've got, I want to be with you forever. And then we have, our union is inevitable. Okay. Ooh, hold on. Okay, so we have, you are my 2 of Cups, my soulmate. Babe, I love you. I want to be with you. Okay, we have, I like sleeping next to you. Sometimes when I'm busy, I pause to think of you and it's like a breath of fresh air. And then we have, I remember the first day we met like it's yesterday. Okay. One more and then we'll get the Romance Angel Oracle card. So we have need you, okay, showing up here. It says, you are so nurturing, magnetic, and passionate, a queen or king in my life. Your light shines bright and guides me in my darkness. You feel like home to me, and I always feel very happy and comfortable in your presence. Thank you, my love, for always sending me healing, energy, and love. I need you and your energy even more now, okay? All right, let's get these Romance Angel Oracle cards and see what Spirit wants to tell you. This stuff just flew out of there. So it says soulmate. It says, yes, this is your soulmate. And then we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. So either y'all have kids, one on one side or both sides, or this is talking about childhood wounding. Okay. All right. Bottom of the deck, it says finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So somebody got to get their money together. Okay. All right. Sagittarius, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome back to Leigh's Intuitive Tarot. My name is Leigh, and today we're going to delve further into the relationship with the soulmate, this new love, by looking at another reading. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there is a link in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay, here we go, Sagittarius. Overall energy for this week's reading is the Ten of Pentacles, okay? This is talking about you and this person creating a whole new life together. Okay. I feel like this is talking about, excuse me, not just love, but family, legacy, businesses, all types of things with this Ten of Pentacles. It's, like I said, it's not just about one area of your life. It's about you and this person coming together and completely changing each other's lives. Okay. All right. Underneath this, we have the Nine of Swords. This can talk about worry, heartbreak, what am I talking about? I'm talking about worry, nightmares, crying, sleepless nights. Okay. You may be worried about this connection because some of you have not come together with this person yet, but Spirit is telling you to stop worrying, that this is a destined connection and it's going to happen when the time is right. Okay. Underneath this is the Ace of Cups. Spirit is just reminding you that, you know, this is going to be a brand new romance between you and this person. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of love between the both of you, because look at the cups. Look at the cup. It's overflowing. So I feel like, you know, the more you have that overflowing love for yourself, the more you and this person are going to love each other. Okay. You're coming towards each other slowly with this Knight of Pentacles. It's an earth sign or someone with a lot of earth in their chart towards Virgo, Capricorn. And good things take time. Okay. You have to be prepared, completely prepared. And your person has to as well. We have delved in the past into things that are holding you back and holding your person back. So Spirit is telling you that if you're wanting this connection to, you know, to go off without a hitch, it's about you doing everything in your power to prepare yourself while this person does the same. Okay. All right. So we're going to start by clarifying this Ten of Pentacles. Hold on one second. Your person is watching you. Okay. You see that observer card, and you know you're being watched by the other person as well, right? We're not even going to say their name. Well, I guess I have to for the new people, the twin. If you're in a twin flame connection, that's what this reading is about. It's not about the twin flame connection, but it's about the aftermath of that. Okay. And so the twin still continues to watch you, even if you're not watching them, even if you're done with them and you don't talk to them anymore. Okay. Okay. So, okay. See, Spirit is telling you, you got inner childhood wounds, Sagittarius. And it is creating a barrier to the two of you coming together. Okay. You know, Spirit's going to put it out there. We don't pull no punches. Me and my spiritual team. Neither one of us do. Okay. Hold on. Let's see what else they want to tell you. Okay. We've got once a cheater. This is talking about what you've experienced in the past. you've experienced, I feel like a lot of you have experienced people that, you know, cheated on you, betrayed you, stabbed you in the back, all of these things. And this card is saying history has a habit of repeating itself when accountability is missing. Cheating isn't just a mistake, it's a pattern until it's healed, okay? For some of you may have been the person that stepped out, because this card is showing up for a reason, okay? And I'm not going to sit here and say that all of us, you know, have never done anything wrong, because that's not true, okay? Because I've done things wrong, and I'm sure all of you have done things wrong at one time. I'm not saying y'all are a cheater, but I'm saying you know, this card means something to somebody in this, you know, that is watching this reading, because it wouldn't be showing up if it didn't, okay? But like I said, it could be the other person solely that's doing it, but nobody is without, what do they say? Whoever's without sin cast the first stone. Nobody is without sin. We all do things wrong, okay? And this is not about me trying to make anybody feel bad or, you know, look down on anybody for making mistakes, because people make mistakes. But Spirit is saying, you know, if this is your energy, that this is something that needs to be cleaned up as well, okay? If this is yours, it's not going to apply to everybody. And don't be coming at me in the comments. If this is not you, you know it's not you. You don't need to tell me that it's not you, okay? All right. Then we've got the single life card showing up, okay? It says, embrace your independence, expand your horizons, and enjoy the solo journey. When you're your best self, you'll attract the best. So this is about you getting over the things you've experienced, like being cheated on, betrayed, backstabbed, and then moving forward in the single life and learning to enjoy, you know, life being single. Because I tell y'all this all the time, you cannot hate where you currently are and expect that to move you into where you're trying to go, because it don't work like that, okay? You got to be okay with where you are if you want to move on to something better. Look, your person, the same thing is happening. It says ask for guidance. So this person is relying on Spirit to get through what they're getting through, and they're healing their inner childhood wounding as well, okay? So it's happening on both sides of the connection, okay? All right, let me get one more card. Okay. So we've got past life. This is a past life connection. We're talking about, it says deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. So that's what this is about, repeating things until you get them, because that's what you got to understand. The more and more you don't heal and you don't do the things you need to do, the more you're going to experience the same thing over and over again. You ain't getting out of this unless you do what is necessary. That's what Spirit is basically telling you. You are not going to be able to change what is happening in your life until you do the healing you need to do and you know, pull yourself out of this situation. Nobody's coming to save you. That's what I keep trying to tell you. You have to save yourself, Sagittarius. You must save yourself. Yes, I'm repeating myself because I want to make sure y'all hear what I'm telling you, okay? Don't sit here waiting, thinking somebody gonna come in on their horse and come get you, and you don't have to do anything but sit and look cute or sit and look handsome, because it ain't about that. It's about you learning how to save yourself. That is why Spirit keeps showing you the Nine of Pentacles. That is why the Spirit keeps showing you the Empress and the Emperor card, because it's about you standing in your power and knowing your worth and knowing at the end of the day, you don't need nobody to save you, okay? You got this. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you, okay? All right, so the first placement we're going to look at represents your love for this person. You're showing up as the wounded warrior. I feel like you're going to have a lot of love for this person, but you've been through a lot of shit. But this is like, you know, it could be victim energy is what I'm getting, okay? So for those of you that are sitting and you're licking your wounds and you're like, woe is me, it's time to put that violin down. It's time to bust that bitch up and be like, okay, I got to man up or woman up and realize that things happen in this lifetime, but nothing is going to break me. I'm not going to allow it to break me, okay? That's what this is about, you coming out of this energy, okay? Let's clarify. So, you know, you've received a lot of lessons from what it is that you've experienced, okay? Then we've got the secrets and lies cards. It says, not everything here is what it seems. Lies, omissions, or double lives could be distorting this connection. So I feel like this is talking about what you've experienced in the past. You've experienced a lot of people keeping secrets, a lot of people lying. You may have kept a few secrets and told a few lies yourself. Like I said, I can't just put it on one person because it takes two to tango. And like I said, I know in relationships, it's two people. Nobody gets into a relationship with somebody and does every single thing right. That's a lie. And if you telling yourself that, you ain't being honest with yourself. You're not living in reality. Everybody makes mistakes, okay? But Spirit is telling you it's time for you to get past this so you can get to what it is you truly want, okay? When it comes to your person and the love that they have for you, they're showing up as the Queen of Wands. Fire sign or someone with a lot of fire in their chart, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is about this person loving you so much till you inspire them to have hope and believe and to continue to believe in love, okay? Because I hear that. What's that the Cher song? Do you believe in life after love? That's the song that I'm hearing. So I feel like you've inspired this person to want to love again, to want to love you and want to be in a relationship with you. Okay? Let's clarify. Hold on. I got to put this incense out because it's too much. It's strangling me. Okay. So we got the Storm Brewing card. This is talking about the Tower. This is the equivalent of the Tower. So this healing that your person is doing is going to create a tower moment for them. All right. They want to have a family with you. Okay. It's about fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. Okay. This person, I tell you this all the time. They ain't fucking around when it comes to this love relationship. So you don't need to be doing it either. Okay. Hold on. Ooh, that is a little too strong for me. Okay. Here we go. So the next placement we're going to look at represents how does your past affect your current, how is your past going to affect this new relationship. Okay. We got the 3 of Cups showing up here, and we also have the 7 of Swords. Okay. So this is about, again, secrets and lies that, and betrayal that you've been exposed to. And it's about you also being able to look honestly at yourself and not lie to yourself about certain things. Because think about it, when you're in a relationship with somebody that's treating you fucked up and you continue to stay in it, you lying to yourself. You lying to yourself about that person, and you lying to yourself about what the fuck you taking from them. Okay. So that's what this is about. This is about you being honest about the mistakes that you've made in the past. It's not just about the other person. It's about you first and foremost, because this other person is not going with you into this new relationship unless you don't heal yourself. Because if you don't heal yourself, you gonna inadvertently drag this person into it with you and fuck it up. And that's what this person wants. That's what your twin wants you to do. So you better be thinking about that. You gotta really be dotting your I's and crossing your T's when it comes to this shit, because this is about a lot of self-awareness. Okay. Then we got the 3 of Cups here. So I feel like this is you going from a situation to where you were lied to, and you may have lied to yourself. And now you're going into a new situation where, you're coming together with this person. You're reuniting with this person. Because like I told you, it's a past life connection. All right. You're reuniting with this person and having something to celebrate with the 3 of Cups. Okay. And forming a friendship with this person as well. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Yeah. See? Spirit is telling you shadow work is the order of the day. You need to be working on yourself. Okay. There may be some of you who have done what it is you feel like you need to do. There are always other things you can take a look at as well, because this is not about you doing work just to be in a relationship with somebody. I tell y'all this all the time. It's about you becoming the best Sagittarian you can be. It has nothing to do with the other person at the end of the day. It's how you're showing up so that they show up the way you want them to. Okay. All right. Clarify once more. Yeah, this is about walking away from things that no longer serve you. And then we got the friend zone card. I feel like this is talking about the twin. Okay. Those of you who are in this twin flame connection, okay, it says walking away isn't failing. It's choosing yourself. When the path no longer serves you, it's time to move on. That's what you did. A lot of you who are here watching this. Okay. Then we've got the friend zone. It says one of you wants more, but the other only sees this as a friendship. You can't force chemistry when it's not there. Okay. So it's about you moving on and realizing, because I feel like some of you are even questioning why the fuck you was even dealing with this twin to begin with. But it was, you were supposed to go through what happened. Okay. All right. So the next placement we're going to look at represents how does your soulmate's past affect this current relationship. Okay. So we got a lot of cards that fell. We have the Star. We've got the Emperor, Aries energy. The Star is Aquarius energy. We have the 2 of Swords, and we've got the Five of Wands. So your person is coming out of a period, okay, where they are going to have to get their head out of the sand and be truthful and honest about a lot of things that they've gone through, about how they were a part. They were a part of what happened to them. It wasn't just somebody being passive and somebody coming in there doing things to them. You have to accept it on some level in order for this to happen, okay? I'm not saying that that you are consciously saying that you want to be mistreated and stuff by other people, but people will come in and sweet talk you and do shit, but it's up to you to wake up and realize what the fuck is happening, pull the fucking alarm and get the fuck out, okay? So we got the Two of Swords here. This is about your person taking their head out of the sand and them realizing, you know, that they got to stop looking at things the way that they used to, or avoiding looking at things the way that they used to, okay? Then we've got the Emperor and the Star. So this is about your person stepping into their power, okay? And wishing on a star and getting that wish fulfilled, all right? And then they're going to be in this energy of the Five of Wands, which is where they're going to be ready to compete in order to be in your life, because they are the one. They want to be the only one in your life, okay? All right, let's clarify. This person, like I said, this person sees your value. Okay, so the running, the ghosting, the disappearing, the invisible acts, all of those are over, all right? Then we have exhaustion, depletion, drain, long journey. So your person, you know, they're exhausted. They're tired of all the bullshit, just like you are, okay? Yeah, and they're tired of the withholding. They're wanting both of you to come in, open clam, open, completely open, and telling each other the truth and the whole truth, basically, okay? All right, the next placement we're going to look at represents your love together, how it's going to be on your side, the love between the two of you, okay? So we've got the Hermit, Virgo energy, and we have the Three of Wands. So this is about you healing yourself while you're waiting for your shift to come in, which is this person to show up in your life. You are, you're supposed to be working on healing yourself. So that's how you're showing up. When this person shows up, that you're doing the work that you need, that is necessary in order to move this connection along, okay? So we've got there's a deception card. It just keeps coming up. So some of y'all are lying to yourselves about something or you did in the past. Like, I guess it may have been the lies you told yourself to stay in this connection with this person. Maybe you were telling yourself things like, there isn't going to be anybody else. If I get out of this relationship, for some of you, it may have taken so long for you to get into something with somebody that you may have been afraid to let this person go because you were thinking, okay, this might be the last person that comes into my life, or it may be a long time before somebody else comes in. All the lies we tell ourselves, lies, and it's what you believe. So if you believe nobody else is coming, then fucking nobody else is coming. You have to start to think the way you want things to play out in your life, okay? All right, let's move on. Yeah, see? And then here's the open relationship bullshit, okay? These are things I feel like you've been privy to, you've been a part of without, your permission. Like this twin, they pulled you into a fucking open relationship. And this is not, I feel like the majority of you didn't want this, okay? This person didn't care about what you wanted, but they put you in shit and didn't take into consideration your wants and your needs. But it wasn't about that for them. It was about them, like I said, getting their damn wick wet, okay? So it says open relationship. An open relationship isn't for the faint-hearted. Set clear rules, communicate, and be respectful of boundaries. Explore with care. This is also talking about the third party, meaning you're going to have to make a decision. So you're in the middle. One of the people, guys make it fit. Just say it's a guy. And then it's a guy with two girls. So one of the guys is your twin, or one of the people is your twin, and the other person is this soulmate. So it's about you having to make a decision on what it is, who it is you want to be with. Okay. All right. Next question is talking about your person and the love, that the two of you, the way your love life's going to be in the future with this new person. Okay. Or in the present, in the present, not in the future, in the present. Oh, no, it's in the future. I'm sorry. So we got the World and the Page of Swords, okay? Page of Swords, air sign or someone with a lot of air in their chart, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The World is all signs. So this is talking about the fact that there may be delays because there needs to be certain endings that need to occur. There are certain, things you're going to have to go through, that you're going to have to clear up, certain challenges you're going to have to overcome or clear up in order to open up new doors and opportunities for you to be in this connection and for your person to be in this connection. So I feel like that's what this is talking about. Okay. All right. Yeah. See, we got the bluff card showing up here. It says pretending, a mask, exaggeration. So I feel like, at some point, both of you have had to wear a mask and not be who you truly are. And this is about you taking that mask off finally and being who you really are. Okay. Then we have the shallow card here. It says hollow, empty, boredom. So I feel like you've been in a lot of connections where you wanted to be deep. You wanted to go deep, but the other person was all about the superficial. Okay. All right. Hold on. Yeah. So your person in the past, they felt stuck in relationships. Okay. I feel like they would choose people, and these people, they really wouldn't vibe with these people the way that they do with you. Okay. All right. So next question is the card. This card is representing outside challenges that you need to overcome. Okay. So we've got the Hierophant, Taurus energy, Page of Cups, water sign or someone with a lot of water in their chart, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This is Pisces. And then the Tower, Scorpio energy. So this is about love offers coming, okay? And commitment that's coming with the Hierophant that's going to cause a Tower moment, okay? It's going to, like I said, it's going to completely change your life. Your life is never going to be the same anymore once this person comes into it, and vice versa, okay? All right, let's clarify. Yeah, both of you are in separation, Spirit is saying, because you're going through an awakening. And then we have afraid to love. It says it's natural to guard your heart, but remember, every leap of faith is a chance for a beautiful landing. Remember, everything's a risk. Any relationship you get into is a risk. It's a risk for you to take a fucking job. So, take a fucking job or to start a business. Anything you do in this life that is going to change your trajectory or has the potential to do that is going to be a risk. So you got to think about how you summoned up the courage to be in that connection with that person who mistreated you, okay? Or the ones that you were in the past where you were mistreated, okay? So this is what I'm trying to tell you. I know a lot of you have felt beat down by the things that you've experienced, but you gotta pull yourself up and dust yourself off and try once more, okay? Because this is the damn relationship lotto that you just hit. So, you got to be prepared for this. Okay. You got to, put on your damn dancing shoes or whatever, and put on your best outfit and step out in your best energy, because you got the jackpot coming. You got the one you always wanted that's coming. Okay. All right. So let me pull for your person. Yeah, your person's experiencing a lot of illumination. They're realizing a lot of things, okay? There's the love card. You know that. I tell you that all the time. This person's in love with you. And then we've got chasing. It says pursuit, toxicity, resilience. So I just feel like, I don't feel like it's talking about the toxicity. I feel like this is your person is going to be, chasing you. For once, it won't be you running after somebody. Somebody will be coming after you, okay? All right. So the last thing we're going to look at represents how you can strengthen your weaknesses as a couple. Okay, so we got 3 cards that fell. We have the High Priestess, Pisces energy, the 4 of Cups, and we also have the 10 of Cups. So what Spirit is saying is that you need to listen to your intuition, okay? That is the utmost, the strongest and the most important lesson, to always listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. It's never gonna steer you wrong, okay? You have to get out of this energy of feeling bored, feeling like you want to give up, feeling like, love is, you know, a battlefield, and you tired of all the bullshit that you're going through, because this new person, look, this is what they're bringing in. The 10 of Cups, they're bringing in love, happy family, all the things that you've wanted. Okay. All right. Let's clarify. Okay. We've got the grief card and the mute card. So some of you, you know, you've got to grieve grieve a lot of these traumatic experiences you've been through, because some of you hadn't even really grieved over it, because you just buried it, you suppressed it, and you shoved it down. Okay. And you may be showing up as somebody who doesn't open themselves up lately because of the things that you've been through. Because see, we got the blocked card showing here. So it says, but it's talking about block, like somebody blocking you or you blocking somebody. It says it stings to be blocked, but try not to take it personally. Value those who value you and don't chase the ghost. You know, I always tell you, you know, deal with people who deal with you. Okay. But who deal with you in the right way. Let me say that. Who deal with you in the right way. Call those who call you, you know, message those who message you, visit those who visit you, and everybody else, fuck them. Because if they don't care enough about you to put in the effort, why you giving them yours, right? Okay, that's what I'm trying. This is the whole thing that Spirit is trying to get you to understand, Sagittarius. This is about you realizing that you need to save your essence and who you are for the people who deserve it. Okay, because we've been giving it to people, giving it out like fucking candy to people who never deserved it to begin with, and then we wonder why things are going wrong. It's because we picking the wrong people. Okay, I don't know if it's because of looks. I don't know if it's because their personality seemed one way in the beginning and then it switched and became something else. It could be the way they dress. We could be picking people for weird shit, okay? And not really taking the time to get to know them, and then being all surprised when the shit backfires. But it's because we really don't truly know them, because we rushing into stuff, not paying attention to, you know, who the person really is and how you getting treated. And then when you getting treated wrong or treated badly, we brushing the shit to the side, because by then we done caught feelings for the motherfucker, and you know it's too late, right? We ain't looking at them the right way. Once you start to catch them feelings, you don't ever see them anymore the way they truly are. That's the whole thing. That's the point of the discernment. That's the point, I feel like, of this person having feelings for you before you got feelings for them. So you can walk into this thing knowing this person has feelings for you and really truly see who they are before you start to fall. Okay? All right. See, there's a secret admirer. This is your person. This is the twin. Not the twin. Oh God. I take that back. This is soulmate. It says secret admirer. There's someone in your orbit who's totally into you, but they haven't found the nerve to make a move. Okay? So like I said, it's going to happen when the time is right. Because you know, we dealing with two different human beings trying to come together in a relationship, and everybody's at a different everybody got to get to the line for this to happen. Okay. And I don't think anybody's there completely yet, or one of you is there and the other one isn't. Yeah. So this person wants to come in and seize the opportunity to be with you when the time is right. Yeah. See, they've gone through a period of bitterness, resentment, anger, okay, and hurtful words, okay, in the past. And then they've been conflicted as well. This is about decisions, hot and cold, multiple choices. And so, you know, this person's got to come to Jesus just like you do, okay? All right. So now we're going to get some messages from Spirit, see what else Spirit wants to tell you about the reading. Okay, so we have making plans. Okay, it says, chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. So Spirit is saying, you know, what is it you want out of this life? Let them know what it is, because this is the time when you can get all the things you want. Okay, but you can't say when they're going to come, though. You can tell Spirit what it is you want, and it's going to slowly come, because you got to think about this. Imagine what would happen. You coming out of what you're coming out of. A traumatic experience in a relationship with somebody, because some of y'all was dogged by these people for fucking years. Okay? So you can't expect to fucking shake it off like it's nothing and walk right into another relationship. That doesn't make any sense. Okay? That's why I'm the type of person where as soon as I see some shit off, I be ready to be on out the door, because I tell y'all this all the time. The longer you're with somebody, you picking up their shit, they picking up your shit, okay? And everybody's shit, you don't want to pick up everybody's stuff. Some people you want to be in something with. You want to have a relationship with them because they're very positive. They always try to do the right thing, so on and so forth. But there's some fuckers out here, and one of them is this twin, where every move they make is crazy. And you don't want to be living in that type of mindset or be subjected to that shit for a long period of time, because it creates trauma and wounds that you're going to have to get away from this person and try to fucking heal, because it will change your character and change who you are if you continue to be around that shit. Like, for instance, I have this person. We were friends for a long time. And this person was married to somebody for many years and was traumatized by this person and went through all types of emotional abuse, okay, with this person. And because of that, when they finally broke away and finally got away from this person, it was just, they were angry all the time. You know, it was just like everything was a trigger for this person. It was because they had to learn how to heal what had gone on, but it had gone on for so long until it was overwhelming to them to try to they didn't even know where to start to heal it. That's why I'm giving you this example, because when you get into stuff with people, Sagittarius, you know, that's why I tell you, you have to be very careful about who the fuck you deal with, because you don't know what the fuck anybody is dragging into the relationship, okay? And that's why it's so important for you to be discerning and take your time, okay? All right, so we've got carried away here. It says, let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of a romantic moment after you discern and make sure that this is the person you're supposed to be with, okay? Then we've got breakthrough. It says, navigate life's many twists and turns with elegance and resilience, okay? All right, so let's get some messages from your person. See what they want to tell you. So we've got, when I am truly ready, I will come to you, okay? You deserve to have me at my absolute best, and vice versa. They deserve to have you at yours as well, okay? Hold on. Then we have, I secretly watch you. I already showed you the card, right? When I cracked the deck. Then it says, you are my heart's desire. All right. Okay. Okay, we've got, I see life differently now. I wonder how you feel. It's time for me to heal now. And then we have, I don't want to let you go. Okay. So let's get a few more, and then we'll get an oracle card before I let you go. Okay. So we have unique. Okay. It says, you are unique and special, and I've never met anyone like you before. You have opened me up to things that I never knew were possible. I am so strong because of the power of our love. You have opened my heart up to the truth, and I'm very grateful for all the lessons that we are both learning now. Okay? All right. Then we have thinking. Okay? It says, I am thinking about you at this moment. The thoughts of you never leave my mind, no matter where I go. The songs I am hearing remind me of you. It makes me more vulnerable, and I think about you even more. Okay? Okay, we've got, I can't keep going on without you. I just want to hear your voice. Okay, we've got, you're all I've ever hoped for. You're my dream person. I didn't know what love felt like until you came along. And then even though you're not with me, my love for you grows every day. Okay? All right. Let's get these Lovers Oracle cards before I let you go. Okay, so we have this card, okay? And it says, beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. That's what Spirit is trying to tell you. It's what we've been talking about this whole reading. Like I told you, it ain't all the other person. I told you, everybody's a reflection of what is going on with you. And that very thing about that other person that drives you fucking nuts, you have that quality too. Otherwise, it wouldn't be showing up. Then we've got this card, okay? And it says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right, okay? All right, Sagittarius, I hope this helped. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Please have a good day and a good rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, Sagittarius.